Remember kids, whenever a tree asks you to come save it, make sure it doesn't talk. Please. Hello there everybody, and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So last time, we began our little story here, with the Great Deku Tree here, summoning our hero here, Link. And he's apparently being cursed, so now we have to help him out. So let's not waste any more time and just go right into it. Again, feels extremely alien at this point in time, where, you know, oh my god, we have a first dungeon within the first 30 minutes, or even possibly the first 20? Who the hell knew, honestly? Really? Who the hell knew? What is it? Look, Link! You can see down below this web using up C. Yes, but now addressing the more modern elephant in the room. Welcome to our first dungeon! This is the Great Deku Tree, or rather, inside the Great Deku Tree. There's a big difference between that, you know? And of course, by looking down at this web, you can see there's a lot more down there, so we oughta look out for that. Anyway, these are rather different Deku Babas here. We have to hit it when it lunges at us, and you can stand it up straight, like this. However, you just hit it like this, you'll get this item right here. The Deku Nut. You can basically use it to, you know, stun enemies and all that junk, which, by the way, I didn't even assign the other items that we got yet. So I'm going to assign the Deku Stick to the left C, and the Deku Nut to, well, down C. So basically, by using the Deku Nuts, you can stun enemies, and it'll make it pretty much easier for you to, well, you know, get Deku Sticks and all that stuff. If, you know, you're not into that whole thing in which, you know, you wait until the Deku Nuts or the Deku Babas, like, lunge at you so you can do that. Basically. Anyway, we could jump down here, but I don't think that's enough height for us to break that web, so I think we're gonna have to go over this way, too. And there's my opportunity missed to get money. Boo. But up here, we have another new enemy right here, the Skull Wall Tula. Be careful not to touch it. Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice. But anyway, as you can clearly see, this wall right here goes all the way up to the top floor of the dungeon right here. I did not mean to do that. And Navi's just going to tell us the same thing. The walls are growing on a rough surface, so maybe we can climb it. That sounds like a good idea, however, that will happen. Yeah. Skull Waltulas are basically creatures in that, you know, whenever they see someone climbing up on a wall, they will, like, charge at you and get you off the wall. So we're gonna need a way to deal with that. But either way, this is the dungeon map. We can get these in every dungeon, obviously. So, while on the map subscreen of the pause menu, you can look at where you are, and of course, I'll go into that. I'll go into it right here now. So, right here is where we are. The flashing room is where we are at right now. As you can see, there is a whole lot more to do. Despite this being the first dungeon, it's not really that long though, but still, it's a nice little first dungeon, you know. And basically here, Navi's just gonna tell us that, hey, we can press the A button to open the door. Pay attention to what the action icon says. It's the blue one. Yes, it's the blue one. However, if you're playing the GameCube version, it would be the green icon, I believe. So, yeah. More new enemies, Deku Scrubs. It'll hide in the grass if you get close to it. Bounce the nuts, it spits back at it. And that actually brings me to another thing. I actually changed up my controls. Yeah, as you can clearly see right here before we get into that. You can actually change the control sets in any N64 game. Like right here, I don't have to press ZR anymore in order to, well, you know, open up the Virtual Console menu. All I have to do is just to simply tap the screen and then bam, problem solved. Ow, ow, ow! Forgive me, Master! If I give you a clue, will you let me go? No promises, kid. When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold control stick forward, you'll roll onto the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. Just like in every JRPG, or at least Xenoblade. I can't guarantee it will work though if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold. Wahaha! Yeah, sure. Just in case you get hit, it leaves behind a recovery heart, so that's helpful. That's helpful at least. Anyway, what I like to do here is, what I actually like to do is, I don't go on the platform that's somehow floating. However, I just go for the chest straight away. But before we do that, we are going to head up here because there's a small treasure chest that's here. And it contains a useless recovery heart. Well, that was entirely helpful. Am I right? Yeah. So anyway, what's in the chest? What's in the chest? What's in it? Just show the fucking treasure already! Alright. We have the fairy slingshot. So this is our weapon for the dungeon. We have to press whatever C button we assign to it, and we can release the C button to unleash a Deku Seed. Yes, so we actually have a weapon that has ammo here. Ammo. Wow. Okay. So, let's assign that little doohickey here. And we can press C to do this. We have to target this thing. And by using the C button that we assigned it to, we can let loose. But first, let's see what Navi has to say. Look, something is hanging up there. Looks like an old ladder. Yes, an old ladder indeed. Also, what I like to do here is you can actually control Link in that little cinematic right there. And what I just did was I landed on the platform and it fell down right there. I know this game so well. I'm pretty sure you can do it in the 3DS version too, but hey, what are you gonna do? So now that we have a way of dealing with those skull Waltulas, we can actually shoot them down right here, so they won't give us any more trouble whatsoever. So let's take care of those. And they actually drop ammo for us. For now, we can hold up to 30 seats. However, as we go on, we'll be able to hold more and more. So, yeah, don't get used to that number 30 for long. We'll be seeing a lot more Deku ammo soon enough. We will see it. But anyway, climbing up this wall. Climbing up the wall. You have to wait until the camera is like a little bit behind Link right here in order to do this. But we have, well, just a bigger, badder Skulltula. The big Skulltula. So the soft belly is its weak point. We have to wait until it turns around so we can do this. However, there is actually another way to deal with it. You can actually use your Deku Stick to take that thing out in one hit. However, unlike your sword, the Deku Stick isn't really necessarily made of steel. Really, it's made out of wood. So, yeah, it'll break upon, like, doing this. Or doing something. Yeah, it'll break upon using it on a wall. However, there was another use for the Deku Stick. We can actually light candles with it. However, you don't want to do that for long because the Deku Stick will burn out if you, well, take too long, basically. But now we press that switch right there, meaning we have a little bit of a challenge right here. Using our auto-jumping skills of awesomeness, we can, well, hop over here so we can get this other big treasure chest that's here. And what is it? It is the compass. So now we can find out our location and the location of other treasure chests. So getting to both the map and the compass is an essential for basically any dungeon of this game, period. It's your basic essential. And this guy won't die. Yay. I made him kill. Hooray. However, we don't want to leave yet. Instead, what we want to do here is we want to press that switch again. And you just basically want to hop all the way over here until you get to the second platform. Stun the guy. And then we can take out this little special guy. This is a gold Skulltula right here. And by destroying a gold Skulltula, we can get a token proving that we destroyed it. You'll want to keep a lookout for these things during the game, obviously, because they're going to be important for something. Anyway, another recovery heart right there. I don't know what that Skulltula right there was doing. He was probably gyrating or something. I don't know. What I do know is we're done with everything that we need to do on the top floor right here. So now it's time to take care of that web. So basically, if you recall, we weren't high enough to jump down and break the web on the previous floor. However, we can now break it by doing this. Boom. Yay. And as Link screams into the night, we have now entered the basement floors of sorts. The basement floors, hooray. And of course, there's another gold... Hey. There is another... Wait. What button did I press it to? Oh. I didn't press it to anything, actually. I didn't assign, like, any other buttons to anything at this point. X and Y are pretty pointless in this one because you don't really use it. Because, you know, I'm playing this on the Wii U rather than, you know, on the Virtual Console on the Wii. Because I want my precise control. And, yeah, it's pretty good. It's just good. Anyway, it is possible to get this one. Yeah, there's like another gold skull over here. Can you believe it? And all you have to do is just to simply make a rolling jump. By rolling and then jumping off a cliff, you can actually get more distance. So that's another thing you'll want to watch out for whenever you're auto jumping in this game. Either way, we have another torch right here that we can do something with. Which means it's time to light another thing. Another torch. However, be careful not to get yourself into water because obviously, water and fire aren't really the best of friends. What you wanted to do is you wanted to get a Deku stick lit and then just light that web on fire and then it'll disappear into nothing. So, yeah, that's the thing. Got another Deku scrub right here, so let's take it out. And please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You'll never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. I thought it was always Luigi that was number 1. And no, I do not think you're a traitor or anything. I just think you're dumb. But anyway, in order to get out of this room, you need to shoot the eye. Because remember, in Zelda games, if there's ever an eye, you shoot it. That's a valuable life lesson to teach kids, am I right? Always shoot eyes with slingshots. Is that how you do things? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, right here, Navi's just basically explaining how swimming works. In other previous Zelda games, you really didn't really swim since you weren't in a 3D environment per se, but with 3D, now it's possible to dive underwater. However, you can only dive for a certain amount of time here. Yeah, for right now, we can basically hold our breath for 3 seconds before we have no choice but to surface up. So, yeah, remember when diving underwater, you only have a certain amount of time before you run out of breath. Anyway, we need to push that switch right there to lower the water level so that we can, well, do this. Technically, you don't really even need to do this at all. You don't even need to kill that Skulltula over there, or even push this block as Navi is pointing out. Because remember, pushing blocks are always a good thing in Zelda. However, in this one rare instance, it isn't even needed at all. All you really have to do is just to climb up the wall, and then, bam, you're right here. Problem solved. Sequence break! That is sequence breaking skills of excellence. Yes. So anyway, in this room, pretty simple really. You have to just light all the torches right here. See, these puzzles aren't really that hard to figure out. Like, it's basically baby's first dungeon. Even though clearly it isn't the technical first dungeon. It's the first 3D dungeon, so obviously things are going to be easy. Or rather, easier than, you know, what's up ahead. However, this is not really necessarily the case here. Right here, we have a new enemy here. Goma larvas. They will drop down from the ceiling in this room. And basically just hit them 2 times and then you're there. You can actually kill the eggs from up here. By using... Wait, can you? Can you actually do that or no? Huh, you can. So why doesn't this one work? Oh, it's because it has a Goma larva in there. Okay. Yep. Okay, I guess it didn't have anything. I guess. I don't know. It didn't really have anything to begin with. But anyway, what I just did right there, I did indeed burn that web. However, we can't necessarily do anything about that yet. We'll have to wait until later. Because, as you can clearly see, we clearly do not have the item needed to break this wall. So, yeah, we're gonna have to wait until a whole lot later in order to, well, break that wall. But for right now, we can go over here. And once we're back over here, we can go full circle. Yeah, see? Full circle. We made it back all the way over here. And there are, of course, more Deku Babas here, obviously. I mean, it's the norm at this point. You would expect Deku Babas here. Boom. Yeah. But either way, unlike that one pushing block, you actually do need to push this block right here. There's no sequence breaking here. There is none. So basically just push this block all the way over to here. And then you're able to reach that one thing easily. So, what you need to do now is jump over here, jump over there, and then using the shield button, burn that web that's on the ground. In order to avoid like burning your Deku stick, you want to immediately use your sword or use another item. So that's basically a way of, well, dealing with that. Anyway, one last room. So, these must be the Deku Scrub brothers that one Deku Scrub was talking about. So that one is number 1, that's 2, and that's 3. So, basically hit them in the order that was intended. 23, I said 23, thank you, is number 1. Oh, and by the way, they do actually run away from you. That's why I'm going over to them immediately, because they'll be tough to catch. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. Yes, it is so annoying that you killed my brothers that I have no choice but to reveal personal secrets of mine. In order to administer the coup de grace. I love that little use of French right there. I always thought it was coup de grace. To Queen Goma, strike your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. But either way, that's it. As much as we would like to take care of the boss right now, as clearly the map indicates because skulls are a thing, I don't want to do that. I want to make you wait, because the painfulness of waiting is painful. Ha 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 ha. And, oh, right here, you can press the L button to remove the map. We don't really need it anymore. And, of course, I can't really do that, obviously. Anyway, next time on Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we're gonna go in there and defeat the boss, Queen Goma. Hopefully, that'll be enough to break the curse on the Great Deku Tree. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.